viewers, you're welcome to State of the Nation on Aspheric TV. I am Amini Nsibi Clifford. Today I'm going to be having a special guest with me from Rivers State, the House of Assembly candidate for Accord Party representing the Andoni State constituency. If you're just joining us, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube. On Facebook, we are Aspheric News. On Instagram, we're Aspheric News. And don't forget to visit our website, www.asphericnews.com. Before I bring my guest live, I'll go on a short break, and after that, we're going to get into the conversation properly. So stay tuned as we get back after the short break.
Mike, but this one I didn't have for the mic.
You're welcome back. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, very well.
It's good to have you on the State of the Nation on Aspheric TV.
Thank you very much.
Can
It's
you
my pleasure.
please introduce yourself a bit? Or before then, let me tell my viewers a little about you. With me on today's show is Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke is the House of Assembly candidate for the Accord Party. He's running for Andoni State constituency in the 2023 general elections. You're welcome to the show, Dr. Luke.
Thank you very much, Amni. Like you have introduced me.
Yes, I don't know if
Yeah, go ahead.
if you say something a little about yourself.
Basically, you've done the introduction. Like you said, I'm Dr. Luke Mobene, and by the grace of God, I'm the Accord candidate to represent Andoni constituency in 2023 Rivers State House of Assembly. So that's basically who I am.
Okay, today we're going to be talking about the state of the nation and 2023 general elections in view. And we're going to talk about your ambition and the plans you have for your people. So a very quick one. I would want us to talk about the insecurity state of the nation. In recent times, we've been hearing about different attacks in different places. It got to a point where even the president, his convoy was attacked on his way to his village, Daura. What do you make about these insecurities in the northeast, in the southeast, and even in the FCT where we are is no longer safe? What do you make out of this?
Well, the issue of insecurity, you see, there's one thing that is the major problem. When politicians begin to play politics with security and lives and property, that is where the major problem is. Like the saying that any insecurity that lasts, insurgency that lasts for over 24 hours, the government is aware. And I can tell you categorically that what is playing out in Nigeria today, as it concerns insecurity, is being bankrolled majorly by our politicians. Also, there are factors you look at when it comes to insecurity. Like I say, I wouldn't leave what I'm doing if I'm well employed and if I'm well engaged to involve myself in issues of banditry and issues of kidnappings and all that. So it also plays a major role whereby the government has failed us. They've not provided us with the basic amenities which we need to thrive and survive as well-meaning Nigerians. And then this has forced and thrived the insecurity in Nigeria. Also, you also look at it that some people are cashing out from insecurity because it's like a cash cow today in Nigeria, where people take security votes, where people take money that is supposed to use to procure arms and all that and put into their personal pockets. So for this insecurity to stop, it's like taking foods out of their table. So they try their possible best to see that the insecurity in the nation is heated up so they can also be cashing out. But above all, I think it is failure of government at all levels because even the people who are doing this, if they are well tracked by the government, which have different agencies who are supposed to be doing these things, they can put an end to it. So to me, the insecurity in the nation, in Rivers State, in Andoni, is as a result of failure of government.
I think I agree with you because there's what we call conflict entrepreneurs, and like Abacha said, which you rightly said, if insecurity lasts more than 24 hours in any state or any part of the country, the government is aware of it. So I feel that most of these issues can be handled, like you said, by government if they are able to curb unemployment, because most of those that engage in these actions are practically less busy youths. In fact, they don't have jobs or means of livelihood. So the government, like you said, should step up their game and make things right. Let's go back to your local constituency. Andoni over time has been, should I say, been an insecure territory until of recent, where we have a little bit of stability. Do you really think this peace we're relatively enjoying in Andoni would last long? Do you think so?
Thank you. You see, the peace in Andoni today, I'm also a beneficiary of the peace, because if that is not the case, maybe some of my consultations and movement to Andoni local government wouldn't be possible. And it is our prayer that the peace should last. And then it is because we want this peace to last, that is why we are trying to step on board and see what we can do to improve governance. In Andoni today, we have relative peace as it is today, and then most of the youths who are engaged in these activities are just there watching and then waiting for what 2023 will bring to the board. Because you cannot tell somebody to leave whatever he's doing and then sit at home without getting anything, and then he remains like that. Over time, there's tendency that he will look for a way to see how he can feed himself and then fund his lifestyle. Well, the Andoni issue, like I said, insecurity is as a result of government failure. And if you come to Andoni, it is practically clear to everybody that the government has failed us. Because today there is issue here and there. They are saying they want to do the Unity Road. They are trying to release funds for that. But that is not the only problem of the Andoni man. Andoni lacks so many other amenities that are very important, and then these are essential amenities that government are supposed to provide for us. The road is the least of them. We don't have good waters, we don't have light, we don't have good hospitals, we don't have good education, and then these are things that are affecting security. Most people now, they are thriving on bunkering activities, and then if the bunkering activity is put an end, what happens? It means there's going to be a relapse in the peace we are enjoying today. So we should be able to make efforts, frantic effort, to see how we can be able to improve the life of the common Andoni man by bringing in these basic amenities to us. I heard that the governor released money for the construction of the Unity Road. That's a good one. But we shouldn't always wait for politics to come before we do things for Obolo people. The Obolo people should be able to speak for themselves even before it comes to political era. But it seems as if in Obolo land, everybody goes over and keep quiet until when it's 4 years, everybody stands up and start talking. And then that is only when we'll see things happening. But the list of it is the Unity Road. What about other projects? Some filling projects, other human capital development projects, and then our politicians are not saying anything about these things. So this is why we are stepping up the game. We want the peace we are enjoying in Obolo to last. And then the only way we can do that is for us to have good governance. We have companies in Obolo who are today operating and paying royalties to certain people who take it as their personal right. And the people who are supposed to benefit from it are there fighting and killing themselves. But if these things were supposed to be released to the people who owns them, then we won't be talking about insurgency and insecurity in Obolo today. So what we are saying is the right thing should be done. The politicians, the traditional rulers should be able to step up their games. They should be able to talk for the common Obolo man, not just for their personal interests. And then whatever they are doing, they should look at the interests of Obolo first. The interest of Andoni local government first, before their personal interest. That is the only way we can enjoy lasting peace and security in Obolo today.
Well, you have spoken like someone who really understands the problem of your people. And moving forward, I would want to ask you one question that relates to your ambition, your House of Assembly aspirations. What would you bring to the table that would be different? Because over the years, I am from Andoni, and I have seen that we have lacked good governance in Andoni. What would you bring to the table that would be different from the breed of politicians we have?
Okay, thank you very much. You see, like I said, nobody is a saint and nobody will claim to be a saint. I wouldn't say when I get into office tomorrow, I'm going to build this Obolo people, I'm going to build that Obolo, because it is practically impossible for me to do that. Now, the Obolo nation, as it is today, lack quality representation. We have people who are in government who cannot even talk to the government. And that is a major problem. And they will say, what is the cause of all these things? Over 23 years, we've seen a particular style of government in Obolo. And then is it that all the politicians are bad? Is it that they don't have sense? Is it that they didn't go to school? But you cannot say that, because when you come to Nigeria as a whole today, we have politicians from Obolo who are in high and respected places of government, who are in high and respected places in their different political parties. And then it is not reflected back in Andoni local government. So what is really the cause? When we looked at this as youths, we said there are two major things we outline, and we keep saying it and singing it. The issue of godfatherism has eaten deep into the politics of Obolo, that everybody believes in the Oguganibe syndrome. Even till today, the people who are saying they want to put an end to Oguganibe, they are still having their own Oguganibe. What I mean by Oguganibe means godfathers. We have people who pick people from nowhere, sponsor them, fund them, and then put them into political offices. And these people come there and they become stooge. They just stay there and then listen to whatever is being spoken to them, whatever their godfathers tell them, and then they don't even look at the interests of the people. The example I always give, I say, if somebody picks me today and say, come and run for House of Assembly, and spends ₦1 billion on me, and I share money around the local government, go to each communities, give them 10 million, and I come out victorious in the elections, do you think I will look at the community people, their faces? I will listen to what the godfather who has put me there. In fact, the first thing I will do is how I can pay back the ₦1 billion he has given to me, and even with interest. And then his interest is what is my own interest. So if tomorrow he's a friend to the governor, and then he has an interest in, let me say, the Unity Road today, maybe his company is the one running the Unity Road, and then he's not doing the job, what mouth do I have to go and tell the governor that the road is not being done? Because I'm a stooge. And I believe that, oh, in the next 4 years, this same man is going to pull out for me and then pull his forces and bring me into office. So the plight of the people of Obolo is not being heard. These people are there, they cannot even talk, because the system that produced them is the system of godfatherism. Even some people are very loyal to the government because they get into office. Some of them are not married. Some of them didn't even go to school. They want to go to school when they're in office. Some of them don't even have cars or houses. So when they come there, it is just how they will favor themselves. They want to be the good boy. They want to be the sacred cow. They want to be the good boy in the house, so that they can be able to get monies to marry or get monies to go to school in the process. And then this person, they are just seeing you that you don't even, you're a nobody. And then you get into office. So what face do you have to talk before the governor, or face you have to talk before people who are there? So we have to put an end to godfatherism. We have to have independent candidates who can be able to come out and speak and say, yes, this is what my people really want. I was ashamed when the governor said he has just been told that the Unity Road is not being completed. So does it mean that people in Obolo are not speaking out? And this is their responsibility. As a lawmaker, you're supposed to represent the people. The interest of the people is paramount, even to your own personal interest or the interest of your godfather. But that is not the case. So me, I am saying, I am out here. I have a PhD, and by the grace of God, that is the apex degree you can have. Whatever degrees I have is just additional. I can add more PhDs and more masters to that. I'm married. I have children, I have my own car, I have my own house. So who will I listen to? Nobody is bankrolling me. I'm here doing this thing with the support of people. And then tomorrow you come and say I should listen to you because you're this. No, it is the people who has put me there I will listen to. So for us to end, to have good governance in Andoni local government, firstly, we must end godfatherism. Also, we are speaking about youthful participation in government. This is the era of youth. They say youth are leaders of tomorrow, and then tomorrow has never come. But we are saying, thank God, today is the tomorrow we've been waiting for. It is time for us as youths. We won't just sit down by the fence and then watch politicians keep doing what they are doing. It is time for us to step up our game. It is time for us to come on board and then put an impact. We're well learned. We have vast knowledge in current advances in how to improve government. We have vast knowledge in IT. And then this is a digital age. So we have to come up and then bring in our expertise. We have to come up as youth and then put in our efforts to how we can move Andoni local government forward. The youngest governor of Rivers State, J.T. Smith, he was 23 years. And then nobody has been able to beat his record when it comes to governance. Meaning that we can do better when we are youths. So we shouldn't wait until when we are old. And I said boldly, if somebody of 60 years today becomes the House of Assembly member, he will surround himself with people in his age grade. Then when do you think as youth you will get the opportunity to come close to governance? And he's going to say that for the next 8 years. And if you add 8 years to your age today, you know how many years you will be. By then, if you come out and say you're too old to run. So if we must get it right as youths, if we must make an impact in governance, this is the right time for us to do it. And so we're stepping up the game. We started a movement called Youth O'Clock. We are calling on all well-meaning youths of Andoni. If we know we want to change the narrative in Obolo today, we have to join this movement. And the movement is to put an end to gerontocracy. The movement is to get youthful representation. The movement is to put an end to godfatherism in the politics of Obolo and then serve the interests of the common Obolo man. So that is what we are all about.
Well, that was really great. That was really great. I listened to you passionately, and what I saw was a man full of love for his people, and it sounds like you are already prepared. But like you said, putting an end to godfatherism. Don't you have a godfather?
Not a single one. Nobody is bankrolling me. Nobody has given me 100 naira to run for this election. Whatever we're doing it on ourselves. And we don't want anybody, like I tell them, if you know you're looking for money, Youth O'Clock is not the place to get money. Because the movement is all about sincerity. The movement is all about us. So we're not here about money, we're here to do it for ourselves. And nobody, I stand bold to say, in the whole of Obodo Nation, nobody has come and said, take 1 naira and then support your movement. And we don't care about that. We don't even want it. We want to show them that it is not just about the money. Like I said, money doesn't really have the power, and then it is the people who have the power. If you bring that 1 billion you want to use to sponsor me for election and keep on the table, and then people don't take that money to work, that money is as good as useless. So if we know that the power is really with the people and not with the money, why don't we go around, talk to the people, and then let them understand that this is what we are fighting for? If I end up spending money and spraying money all around and then you support me, vote me in, I'll first of all recover my money I have spent. So it is time for us to look past the money politics. It is time for us to now look at what we can really do for the Obolo. It is time for us to look at who has the interest of Obolo at heart. Like I said, some people talk about political party, this political party. I say you will not drink poison because it was given to you in your political party cup. It is time for us to look beyond party lines. It's time for us to look at how to move Obolo forward. People who have the vision to move Obolo forward. And then what is the criteria? I say don't replace the problem with another problem. We have said it here. Godfatherism is a major problem. So before you look at the candidate you want to vote for, you ask yourself, does this person have a godfather? It's something you cannot hide. Some people, the governors are their godfathers. Some people, the people around them are their god. You see a few persons who have interest, and then they cannot even come out to say that interest. They pick somebody and say, come and go for us. And that's a stooge also. So we have to look at the problem. The problem is godfatherism. Why we want to replace that problem? We shouldn't replace it with another problem. So for me as a person, I do not have a godfather.
I like what you said. I think I'll take that to heart. You don't drink poison because it was given to you in your party cup. That's very deep.
Exactly.
I like that. I think there's been a change of narrative in this 2023 election. A lot of persons are tilting towards the line of voting for candidates instead of party. I think that's the new trend, and it would really be beneficial to every constituency that make that choice, because I think it is time that we vote for people who are competent, we vote for people who are credible, and we vote for people who can deliver the dividends of democracy. Let's move forward quickly. 2023 general elections in view. I really do not know who is the presidential candidate for the Accord Party. I don't know. Who is he, and who is your choice for the 2023 general election when it comes to presidency? I know that your governorship candidate in the state is High Chief Dumololo Briggs. I know that's where your support is. In terms of Nigeria politics presidency, who is your choice?
Well, because it is not time for campaign, I will not come and start saying this is my choice or this is not my choice. But what we are saying is we have to end gerontocracy in the politics of Nigeria. We have to look for youthful candidates, people who have the vision and the mission to deliver, and then that is what we want. So I'm only talking for myself because I know what I can do. And then also at the state level, I have my principal, High Chief Barrister Dumololo Briggs. But the ballot is open for Nigerians to decide. All we have to do is to sell ourselves to you, tell you what we can do. I wouldn't force you to vote for anybody. I'll tell you this is what we have to bring to the board. And then the choice is for the common man to make. You weigh your options and make. But when it comes to Andoni constituency, I have said it and I have said it clearly. We have a problem that have lasted for 23 years. We should not replace that problem with another problem, because it's going to take us another 8 years if we do. And then you look at yourself and tell yourself where you'll be in the next 8 years if we continue to experience what we're experiencing today in Obolo. So that is what it is.
Well, we have had a very, very fruitful conversation. I've highlighted most of the important issues that was the topic for discussion for this day. I would want you to leave the viewers, especially the people of Andoni constituency in Rivers State, with your last message before we go.
Wisdom is the principal thing, and in all that getting, get wisdom. But in getting wisdom, you should get understanding. Now, we've highlighted so many problems we have in Obolo today, and then we've highlighted that this is the cause of the problem, and this is the way forward. That is, for us to put an end to this problem, we have to do this. We have to also look at the way forward, going forward. Now, we have Obolo where we have a traditional institution that are bastardized. We have people who don't benefit from what they have in Obolo today. We have people who cannot speak for the Obolo people. And then we are saying, come 2023, our vision for the Obolo man is to expose what belongs to the ordinary Obolo man to the Obolo man. Like I said earlier, Obolo is rich in oil and gas, and then today so many benefits are coming from that. And then the people of Obolo are not really benefiting from that. Not because these things are not there, but because they don't even know what they have. And then as getting into government, I believe very well that I have privileged information about these things, and then I will let it know to the people and then tell them how to legitimately go about it to get what belongs to them. I'm also going to make sure that every common Obolo man is involved in the governance process. That is to say, the people, it's going to be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And that is where we stand.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Luke Mubene, for joining us on today's episode of State of the Nation. Maybe some other time, if we have other issues to discuss, I would love to have you. For now, I'll say thank you and God bless you for joining us. And I also wish you all the best in your upcoming election. Thank you very much. Thank you, viewers. This was State of the Nation on Aspheric TV. You're going to join us for the next episode, and don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook channel. We are as official Aspheric News on Facebook. On YouTube, we are Aspheric TV. On Instagram, we are Aspheric News. Also log into our website, www.asphericnews.com. Until then, bye.